So, yesterday we were solving equations by factoring, but we do need to know how to graph these things as well. So what we're going to do, we can graph the x-intercept, which is where the parabola crosses the x-axis, and remember the parabola looks like a U. And along the x-axis, my y, when I cross the x-axis, my y-coordinate is actually going to be, does anybody remember? If I am touching the x-axis, what's the y-coordinate? It's 0. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set the equation equal to 0. And then let's factor this. What method am I going to use to factor this one? Diamond. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to -3 and add up to +2. -1 and +3. So this is the same as x minus 1 times x plus 3. And we want to solve this. So we set them each equal to 0. So I'm going to do that right below the graph down here. So x minus 1 equals 0. X plus 3 equals 0. Just like we did earlier. And then on the left, I add 1 to both sides, and I get x equals 1. And on the right, I subtract 3, and I get x equals -3. So those are my two x-intercepts here. So what I'm going to do on my graph is along the x-axis, I'm going to draw some lines. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put one point at +1, and the other point at -3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Question. Is my parabola going to be opening up or down? Up. How do you know? Because that x squared is positive. So we're going to, when we're opening up, we want our x squared to be positive. Here, I'm going to put positive x squared. And then when it's opening down, x squared is going to be negative. So that's how we can tell. Okay? So this one's opening up, and we have to make sure we go through those 2 points, and let's try and make it symmetrical. And that's it. That's it. We solve for x, and we just plot those 2 points. 2 points is all we need to sketch. And that's it. Okay? So let's do the same thing for the second one. I'm first going to set it equal to 0. And how does this equation factor? That's a difference of 2 squares. Good. So it's going to be x plus 2, x minus 2. So what do I do next? Set them equal to 0. So x plus 2 equals 0. X minus 2 equals 0. Subtract 2 from both sides, and we get x equals -2. Add 2 to both sides. X equals +2. So let's plot those. Along the x-axis, we put a point at +2 and a point at -2. Is this one opening up or down? Also up. So let's sketch it opening up through those 2 points. And that's it. Okay. Last one. The first thing we're going to do is set it equal to 0. And then, can I factor this? I can distribute, but that undoes the factoring, right? This is already factored for us, so we don't have to do anything to this one. So I'm just going to rewrite it right now. Okay. And then I'm going to set each one of those factors equal to 0. So I'm going to have -x equals 0 and x minus 3 equals 0. Will you guys solve for x on both of those? Alrighty, guys. on the left-hand side, what did you get? Well, if there's a negative there, there's actually an invisible 1, and so we can divide by -1. So we would still get x equals 0 divided by -1? 0. Okay, what about the right? Add 3 to both sides, so x equals 3. So let's graph those. Where is x equals 0? Right in the middle. And then we want to put a point at 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Is this one opening up or down? Down. This one's opening down because of that negative. So let's try and draw it as symmetrical as we can. Opening downwards. And that's all there is to the graphing.